for me had always been wherever my family was. I was always so content when I was in my home with my loved ones nearby. The definition of home changed for me once I moved into college. The first few weeks after moving day were rough. I'd never been good at dealing with change, and although I knew I wasn't happy here at school, I wasn't homesick either. The idea of leaving school and going back to Lima, even if it were just for the weekend, made me feel like I was giving up on adjusting to college life. I wanted to find a home for myself at Otterbein and to find myself separately from the home I had before. The reality of being here at school was much different from what my expectations of it would be. Everyone kept telling me to give it time, but patience had never been my strong suit. I decided to go back to Lima for Labor Day weekend. I expected to find comfort in the familiar setting and the support of my family, but it only left me feeling more lost than before. The place I once defined as home now felt strange to me, as if I were intruding in someone else's space. Even my bedroom, which had been my bedroom for years, felt as if it belonged to another, and I was simply their guest. This feeling made me question if I'd made the right decision by going away to college. Did I give up on one home in search of another I would never find? My mom drove me back to my dorm Monday night, and after she left, I made a decision that I didn't want to stay, even for the rest of the semester. In my mind, it was a problem with this particular place. I told myself that if I went somewhere further away from the place I was so used to calling home, that I would find what I'd been looking for. The idea of staying for the rest of the semester made me miserable. I called my parents in the middle of the night to tell them I wanted to take a semester off and reapply to universities out of the state. While this was not what my mom and dad wanted to hear, they told me that night that they would support me in whatever decisions I made as long as I was sure of myself, and if I wanted to take a semester off, I could come back and stay with them until I figured out what I wanted. After a lot of thought, I decided it was in my best interest to stay and finish out the semester, get credit for the classes I was currently enrolled in, and then move on to a different school in a different place where I would find my new home. After a few weeks of research, I knew that this plan of moving on just wasn't realistic. Any out-of-state school would be way too expensive, and I would get no scholarship as a transfer student. My options were to stick it out here or to go to community college back in my hometown. Neither of these options were particularly exciting to me, so I tried to focus on other things like homework and friends. The less I thought about leaving, the easier staying became. I made new friends, tried new things, and found out more about myself. I didn't feel like I had found my home. I knew I had found a place. This realization led me to the answer I'd been looking for. I couldn't find my home because it's not out there to find. Not at Otterbein, not at any other school in the country. My home isn't something that exists outside of me. It is something within myself, something that I must build. Like all good things, it takes time to create. I'm still working on building my perfect home, and I'm content with the time it will take before it is ready to live in.